because we can. And if we can, we do. And if we lift our heel off their necks now, they'll just come at us.
Thomas Shelby, the main character of the Peaky Blinders series, is an anti-hero who can be ruthless, calculated, and unpredictable. But he's also a man with principles, loyalty, and a strong sense of family. Whilst it's not advised to start a life of crime, there are several traits that you can learn from Mr. Shelby to improve your life. In this video, we will share 8 powerful lessons that you can learn from Thomas Shelby. 1. Control your emotions.
Thomas Shelby.
You blew up my pub.
Anger defeats fear.
You blew up my pub.
In this scene, Thomas Shelby is interrogated, with any wrong answer leading to his death. Even though he looks like he's in control, at the end of the scene he shows how he truly feels. However, that is the aim. While you may never be in this type of situation, there are several times when people will intentionally mess with you to get you upset. It might be your partner, your lover, or a random person, and the ability to remain calm or even maintain a fake smile might be all you need to prove that you're in control. When you make decisions based on emotions, it usually leads to mistakes or saying or doing things you regret. Let's say you're arguing with someone. Most people in arguments tend to shout, get angry, and show emotion. However, remaining calm in an argument, even if the situation is intense, will differentiate you from the average male. If a person is screaming at you and you're replying in a calm manner, you preside to be the mature one. You're now in control of the situation because you're controlling your emotions. You can communicate your thoughts while the other person will let emotions get the better of them and scream whatever comes to their head. Always be aware that your emotions do exist and can exist, but don't project them into situations with other people. When you're on your own, let those emotions out, but in front of other people, remain calm and collected. 2. Always have set goals. Thomas Shelby always has a clear vision of what he wants to achieve, whether it's building his empire, avenging his loved ones, or protecting his family. He's not afraid to take risks, make tough decisions, and go against the norm. One of those times was during his association with Billy Kimber. Even though he had to be under a man he didn't particularly like, it was necessary to achieve his goal and long-term vision of getting a license for his gambling business. The ability to have goals and focus on fulfilling them made him a successful leader, and it's a trait you need to have in life. Have a clear vision of what you want to achieve and take bold steps towards it to achieve success in your personal and professional life. Thomas Shelby's clear vision is not just limited to his business dealings and personal life, but also to his family. He has a clear idea of what he wants for his family and what he's willing to do to protect them. Despite his flaws, he never compromises on this vision, and this is what makes him a respected leader amongst his family. This unwavering determination to achieve his goals and protect his loved ones is what sets him apart from others.
What do I have to do to make people listen to me?
3. Use your network. One of Thomas Shelby's key strengths is his network. Mr. Shelby has a loyal and dedicated team that he trusts and relies on. From his brothers to his Aunt Polly, he knows that he can count on them to have his back, and they know that he has theirs. This network helped him achieve his goals and overcome the many obstacles he faced. Building and nurturing a trusted network is one of the most powerful things you can do to become successful. Throughout the series, Thomas Shelby uses his connections and relationships to improve his position of power. He's able to persuade people to his way of thinking, forge alliances with key players, and create opportunities that would not have been possible if not for his network. In Season 2, Thomas Shelby is able to form an alliance with Alfie Solomons, a Jewish gang leader, to take down the Italian mafia. This alliance would not have been possible without the relationships that Thomas had built with Alfie and other gang leaders in the city. In life, having a strong network and the ability to influence others can be a powerful tool. It can help you open doors to new opportunities and create valuable connections in your personal and professional lives. 4. Keep your plans to yourself. Tommy's the leader, the shot caller. In the show, there were many instances when Tommy kept his ideas to himself. Even though he trusted his family, he understood that sometimes it's better to keep your plans a secret. Even under strict questioning by his family, he refused to divulge his plans because he'd assess the consequences. He'd prefer to let the results of his actions speak for themselves. Society will tell you to always speak out. 2 heads are better than 1. You know how the sayings go. However, it is important to be calculated with what information you share with others. If you're starting a business or you have some ideas you're not too sure of, in many cases it's best to keep them to yourself. If you fail, there are no consequences from others. With 4 more lessons to go, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content. Let's continue. 5. Be adaptable. Thomas Shelby's adaptability is a crucial trait that helps him overcome various challenges throughout the series. One example of this was his shift from his family's illegal betting business to the more profitable and risk-adverse business of bookmaking. In doing so, he was always 2 steps ahead of his competitors. Another instance was when he had to face the threat of the Italian mafia. He was quick to realize that his usual tactics of violence and intimidation would not work in this situation. Instead, he decided to form an alliance with the Russians, his former enemies, to counter the Italian mafia's threat. This exemplifies how being adaptable and having a plan can help find creative solutions to seemingly impossible situations. Thomas Shelby's adaptability is also reflected in his willingness to listen to his team's suggestions and ideas. He is not afraid to change his plans if a better idea is brought to his attention, showing that he values the input of his team and is open to new perspectives. This adaptability trait can be applied to our own lives in various ways. In our personal lives, we may need to be adaptable when dealing with unexpected circumstances such as sudden illness or financial setbacks. In both cases, being adaptable helps us stay ahead of the game and transition to a position of strength. 6. Be disciplined. Thomas Shelby is a disciplined man. He has a routine, sticks to it, and expects the same from his team. This discipline helped him build his empire, and it's a trait that you can learn from. In our own lives, being disciplined means having a routine, setting goals, and working hard to achieve them. It also means being able to make sacrifices and stay focused on the bigger picture. For Thomas Shelby, being disciplined isn't just about having a routine or setting goals. It's also about having the mental fortitude and determination to stick to that routine and work tirelessly towards key milestones. He knows that success isn't handed to him on a silver platter and that he must earn it through hard work and sacrifice. In fact, Thomas Shelby's discipline extends beyond just himself. He expects the same level of discipline from those closest to him. He understands that everyone must be on the same page and working towards the same goals for their mission to succeed. He holds himself and his team accountable for their actions, and he's not afraid to make tough decisions for the greater good. 7. Learn from your mistakes. Thomas Shelby made his fair share of mistakes, but he is also quick to learn from them and use them to his advantage. He reflects on his past actions, identifies what he could have done differently, and uses this knowledge to make better decisions in the future. His innate ability to learn from his mistakes is one of the main reasons why he was able to build his empire. In our own lives, it's important to recognize that we will all make mistakes. However, it's how you respond to those mistakes is what truly matters. Instead of dwelling on your failures, you should take a step back, reflect on what went wrong, and use this knowledge to move forward. 8. Know your weaknesses. Most of Tommy's business involves his family. He has an older brother called Arthur who is aggressive in nature. So, when there are situations where aggression and interrogation are needed, Tommy leans on Arthur to handle those situations for him. Tommy isn't a numbers guy, so the accounting affairs for the business is run by his cousin Michael. A leader isn't someone who tries to do everything. He's aware of his team's strengths and weaknesses. You could use this in business, in a relationship, or in sports. Even if you need to write it down on paper, understand what your strengths and weaknesses are and delegate the weaknesses to those who you trust. Let's say you have a business and you need to market it, but you have no experience in marketing. Of course, you could learn that skill, but that takes time and resources. Let someone else do it and focus on growing other aspects of your business and life. Envision the future and take action in the present.